I love pressure. It's part of being an athlete. Sa totoo lang, na-try ko na lahat. And di ako magaling sa lahat ng sports. Sa weightlifting lang ako magaling.
金メダリスト、オリンピックチャンピオン、フィリピン、Hidilyn Diaz!
You know, I won the first gold medal in Olympics. Before I won the first gold medal, silver medalist ako. It's been my dream na may pasok ang weightlifting sa Palarong Pambansa sa UAAP NCAA. So ngayon na ipasok na namin sa Palaro. Then,
Back again. Right?
Yes. Ngayon, next is UAAP NCAA. Pero to do that, we need to know how to spread the sports dito sa baba. And I learned that by supporting him, teaching the athletes sa baba talaga, from the ground, from nothing, then seeing them now winning sa national events, and hoping someday they will be the the international athletes na magre-represent sa atin sa Pilipinas.
Yeah.
Hoping na maging mas mataas pa sa na nagawa ko para sa Pilipinas. Para sa akin din kasi, okay, nanalo na ako ng gold medal sa Olympics. Pero parang useless. Nanalo ako, kilala ako lang. Pero yung sports ko, hindi naman nila alam kung paano buhatin. Tapos pagpasok nila sa gym, hawak sila ng barbell, hindi nila alam paano or takot silang hawakan yung barbell. Na parang sabi ko, how can we break that? That's why, suportado ako sinusupport ko sa kanya, siya, dahil I want to spread awareness about weightlifting, how beautiful my sports is, how it changed life, how empower people.
Nako, dadami estudyante mo next year.
Ay,
Pag
sana.
napapanood nila
Well, she has the name,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And honestly, like, she's the most humble person I've met.
Okay.
Like,
Talaga ba?
to the point where I get so annoyed. Even the stupidest thing, like, why not JN weightlifting?
I'm just giving you.
Come on, man. Like, that's how humble she is. Like, she even, like, doesn't always think, like, how much influence she has. She's also the person with a lot of integrity. You know, integrity is not in the moment. Integrity is when you're not in the spotlight. You know, what you do outside of this, you know, the platform has to do with, you know, who she is as a person. And I think a lot of it is, you know, that she's uncorruptible.
Yeah.
For the, you know, she for the most part believes in her values and understands what it takes to be a good person and to have like the purpose to give back. Because honestly, there's a lot of, I think, people who are very successful in sports, but don't have the heart to give back, because to be an elite athlete is always me. And one thing I'm proud about her is her growth and her willingness to give back.
Yeah.
Despite giving up like a Paris Olympics or, you know, giving that success, you know, because I think her vision and her mission to bring UAP and all that stuff, now she realizes, shit, she has the platform despite being so humble.
Any thoughts on that?
Siya-
No, because I have a story, but I mean, if you have like I think
but
they should-
that's like, I guess it all comes in due time again. Like, for example, I remember, like, when it's a Worlds, you from after Thailand, diba? I think they called me. Part of that conversation was just like, maybe when you guys get back, we can now talk about conducting workshops, reaching out and bridging the academy to more people, doing those courses. Because actually, it was something that, for example, like doing the workshops and the courses and all that, it was something that I had shelved for 1 year.
Yeah.
But because she was on the path to for Paris, and it was the qualifying, I have to like not share it first. I would say na, whenever you guys are free, this is something that we could talk about. Like, we did touch about it, but it wasn't something that was on the table. Yeah, when she was finally not gonna compete, we all realized she's not gonna compete in Paris anymore. It's like, okay, maybe we move to the academy to the next stage.
while there seems to be like a professional, sometimes I see you both, you work so well together. Sometimes there is conflict, but I think at the end of the day, that I guess that shared struggle and also that knowing your character, at least to the limited time that we've shared together and also with you, that is why I feel like it works. It's because I think the respect is very high between the both of you. And this is also the reason why, as you said about integrity and I think a sense of responsibility towards a greater purpose, was one of the reasons why when we started pitching, I guess the idea of the lifting makes me lift others with Eleco. The Eleco market here in the country is not that huge. So
Yeah.
for us to be able to convince a legacy brand that started in 1927 to take on a story from a small geographical location, thousands of kilometers away from Sweden. For us, it was very important to pitch the story of a person that we really believed in. So whenever, I guess, even from a marketing standpoint, when people ask who is the standard of sports and how they, I guess, carry themselves towards the public, there's only really one name there. That's really her name. For us, it was like, we have to do lifting makes me lift others.
After Paris, nawalan ako ng direksyon. May mga time na ayaw mo mag-training, may mga time na parang gusto mo nang sumuko. Suddenly, na-realize ko, nandito yung mga bata, nandito ako, this is my reason, this is my purpose. Eh, nasa Athletes Commission ako sa IWF. So, nag-focus ako as a sports leader. And naisipan namin ng asawa ko, nung time na yon, boyfriend ko, si Coach Julius, na magtayo ng academy. We're doing this para ma-increase yung awareness about weightlifting and then gold standard ang may bibigay namin dito sa academy. Kasi ako nag-start ako from nothing talaga. Ngayon may platform na, may barbell na, may gym na sila, nandito na lang sa community nila.
How is HDWLA right now and how does it want to move forward?
I think for us, like, we knew going into this that there's no profit in this. But we are starting to see that people are really interested in doing camps. So we have two people now, one from India, one from Singapore, who are doing long-term camps,
Okay.
right? Because they want to experience, I guess, some, a new environment and to become better athletes. And so far, it's been great. We also hosted another city that was preparing for the regional athletic meet. It was a good experience as well. The kids were very inspired, and we were able to show that we are able to host training camps. And I think now the next step moving forward is the dorm, because that's one of our challenges. And honestly, it's one of my goals also that our academy can become a regional training center.
It will be. Okay.
I'm hoping it
It
can
will
be,
be, yeah.
well, at least recognized by the PSC. That's really one of my goals, because I really want to give athletes the ability, elite, national team, like they can be allowed to train, at the academy, and of course train with Heidi. Like, I always thought about the program, the Train with Hidilyn program. I think athletes should be allowed to use, PSC has really great equipment, but it's also a good change of environment to go from Manila and into an actual focused training camp. It's a whole different thing. It's like, because I think the whole goal here is we want to prevent leaving the country, right, to do training camps. So why not leave the city and focus in a more, bundok. We're not really bundok naman, pero
Bundok.
like we're in the
Bundok.
province.
Yeah.
There you have access to good quality food.
Yeah.
We also have recovery stuff now. We have sauna, we have ice baths, and I think that's what it is. Moving forward, we really want to, again, our goal is really to become the weightlifting hub in Southeast Asia by next year.
There's definitely an opportunity there. And seeing where your location is, while it is, for example, a few people would say that it's going to be far away from Manila, but that's the point. The point is to travel to a location where the only thing that you're thinking about is no distractions at all and just think about weightlifting. And that's the same thing that maybe some people would think about when they go to Thailand, when they go to Phuket, when they want to train Muay Thai. It's probably the same way that I guess that's where that's going. Is there like a future like direction where HDWLA wants to head out to?
For me kasi it's hard to offer a program or workshop kung wala silang mapagsistayan. So it's hard for us to sell the place kung yun nga, wala silang mapagsistayan kasi ang layo ng halahala eh. And maybe if we have the dorm already, pwede na naming ibenta yung mga workshop, weightlifting workshop, and we do some fit to lift sa mga program, like summer program sa mga bata.
Okay.
So, yun yung iniisip namin na programa.
So if anyone was interested to be at HDWLA in Halahala Rizal, where can they find you guys so that they can ask for may pricing na ba? May inquiry pa?
May
Meron na.
pricing, pero, ayun nga.
Where will they want to reach out?
I think they can contact us on our Instagrams.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
HD
a lot
Weightlifting
easier.
Academy, di ba? You have the...
Yeah, they can reach us
Here?
there naman
You just
din.
put it here?
Yeah.
Yeah, HD Weightlifting Academy, Instagram.
Or email info@hdwla.com.
Moving forward, Flip, being I guess the business lead moving forward for HD LiftOff, how do you feel like this story or this development in HDWLA coming from Hidilyn Diaz? How do you think people should expect moving to HD LiftOff, and how do you think that their name is important to the project?
Well, HD LiftOff is really born out of like the next level from the academy, right? Because the academy, like, as they said earlier, the big goal is to be able to lift up, the athletes themselves. But a big part of it is to be able to lift up the sport.
Mhm.
So that's why a natural progression that we all discussed was like, there needs to be like a flagpole, a tentpole competition here. And then it was only logical that if we keep waiting, I think we had a discussion in their condo, we should do it now while she's there, while she's still active. Right? Because if not, who else will? Like as Julius said, like in the 20 plus years before she won, what happened? In the years after, if we keep waiting, it's not gonna happen. Mabubulok tayo,
Yep.
kakahintay.
Yep. Yep. It's going to be. Yeah.
So even if we, if we believe in it, like, put our money where our mouth is.
And we have. Okay.
Nobody understands.
Okay.
That's where.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
But that's where it is, right? Parang if we believe in our mission enough so much, then
It's worth it.
yeah, worth it. Di naman puro talkies.
Yep.
Oo.
Yep. Execution.
Hiramdam naman
That's-
puro plano lang eh.
Oh, like if that's one thing na at least like we know, especially the three of us, our relationship, like we've had like deep discussions and and we respect each other na we can tell each other, hey, we need to do this because if we're not gonna move up, where the sport isn't gonna move up, even her with the work with Dep Ed, with everything, like we do whatever we can to help because it ultimately lifts the sport. And we lift the sport, we lift up the equipment, we lift
We
up
lift
the
the
academy,
people,
we
yeah,
lift up everything.
Yeah.
Everything goes up. Like rising tide lifts all boats, right?
Yeah.
So we are the tide.
I love you always using that. The rising tide raises all boats. I think that's how I see you, how I see the both of you, and what you guys do for the Hidilyn Diaz Weightlifting Academy. I think that's just very much consistent with the philosophy behind what you guys do. And which is why kami at the Rack.co, we're a spectator. We're just very much privileged to be a part of this project. Last one, if baka na-memorize mo na at this time, if
Ano ba? Bakit?
where will HD LiftOff details, a few details, maybe business lead or Jack and Poy na lang kayo.
Tapos na ako, di ba?
Ikaw na, si business lead na daw. Baka batuhan ako ng barbell ni Madam.
Alright. So again, the HD LiftOff is happening July 11 and 12, 2026 in Glorieta, Makati. So wait for our announcements. We'll see you there.
Yep, see you.
See you.
Okay, bye-bye. For regular updates and more details, head over to hdliftoff.com or connect with us through FB and IG at HDLiftoff.